Never give in. Never give in. Never, never, never.
Commitment. Pass it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Regional Radio Sports Network, broadcasting live and in living color from Bethel College in snowy Mishawaka, Indiana. We're standing on Mike Lightfoot Court. Glad you can join us inside the Gates Gymnasium. Coach Mark Gardner, I'm Paul Condry. Glad you can join us here at the White Camp Athletics Center for a doubleheader. Women's basketball, the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. Cornerstone Golden Eagles are in town to take on the homestanding Bethel College Lady Pilots. In game number 2, the Crusaders of Medina University will be in town to take on the Bethel College men's team in a game number 2 battle of unbeatens. Once again, Wolverine Hoosier Crossroads League here today. Should be a lot of fun, but game number 1, a Golden Eagles basketball team that comes in hurting not only from a record standpoint at 1-5, but during the offseason, Coach, 9 players, in addition to graduation as well as some other departures. Boy, the cupboard was definitely left empty for head coach Jessica Yonkers, the former Cornerstone graduate. She finds herself trying to rebuild everything. And as we know, because we've seen it from Eric Gingrich's standpoint, rebuilding, it takes a long, long time at the college level.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun to reload than rebuild. And so they're rebuilding, and yeah, they're coming in struggling with a 1-5 record, then playing without Taylor Richards today, so hurting from that standpoint too, and your leading scorers not dressing. So it'll be an interesting game. The Pilots, you know, Savannah Feenstra hasn't played this season. She was one of the best preseason players according to coach, and then they're playing without Jessica Irwin today as well. So Pilots are down, but they've got that talented freshman class to go with that sophomore class, and then Cam Glenn's leadership.
Well, Lady Pilots had 3-1 on the season, coming off a loss last time out. But if you look at the big picture for the Bethel College Lady Pilots, 1 senior on the floor today, 1 sophomore, and 3 freshmen are starting for this basketball team here today. So a lot of positive situations for Eric Gingrich and his coaching staff. They've made great strides where they're at right now. They just need to be able to take it to the next level. This could be a good game for them to be able to do that.
Yeah, and it's one of those situations where he lost that year of recruiting in the transition when he took over for Coach Woodrich. Now he's had back-to-back good recruiting classes, bringing in players that play his system, his style. And, yeah, right now they're off to a good start. They're fun to watch.
College basketball, Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference is represented today by the Cornerstone Golden Eagles, the Crossroads League for the Bethel College Lady Pilots. That's what's on game number 1 here on the dais. Glad you can join us. We'll be back with more of college basketball right after this, live from the White Camp Athletic Center on Mike Lightfoot Court.
They came from every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines, a tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. You've never done anything so hard in your life. You don't understand how you can finish. It takes inner strength and desire to become a Marine. When I finished, I was like, I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admired so much comes up to me and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
College basketball here today from Bethel College on Mike Lightfoot Court. Jessica Yonkers joining us, the head coach of the Cornerstone Golden Eagles. Coach, first of all, first year at the Cornerstone, just talk about the transition. I know there's 9 different, there's a whole bunch of new faces. 9 young ladies were not on last year's roster or have gone, and including the top 4 scorers, so a lot of things to make up.
Yes, we're a young team with a lot of new faces, like you said. I think starting at Cornerstone and having those young faces is helping us buy into the culture we want to create and the change that we want to make, and they're doing a great job with that so far.
As a Cornerstone grad, does it make it a lot easier because you bleed the same blue and gold colors?
Yes, I played with a great group of women when I was there. We had a lot of success, so I'm excited to be part of continuing that tradition for the Golden Eagles and working with these women to have them compete at that level.
All right, 6 games into the season. Where are you at? Are you happy? Still some red flags being sent up the flagpole, if you will?
We've got work to do. We have really had a challenging non-conference schedule, playing a lot of teams in the crossroads, a lot of top teams, and I think it's shown us where our weaknesses are, and it's giving us the opportunity to improve on them. And at this point, I think that's good for us because we could play different competition and have those weaknesses be hidden, but they're still there. So they're being exposed, so we can work on them and get better and prepare for our conference.
Big picture, the importance of playing a wide variety of different talents and schools, as you alluded to, are going to make you better once Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference play gets underway next week. Tell us about the single most significant thing that you've learned about your group that you didn't know about your group.
Oh, that's a great question. I think just figuring out where each person's skill sets are, and so we've had a few kids that have surprised me with their ability to defend, or their ability to shoot from maybe a range that I thought that they weren't able to shoot for. So it's been fun to discover more of where their strengths are.
You're going to be without Taylor Richards today. She's a gal averaging 12 points and 4 rebounds, an assist and a steal. So you're taking a key cog. Bethel's going to be without one of their top players. So everybody's going to be a little bit shorthanded. How do you think that plays itself out in today's game?
Yeah, we've got to find somebody else who's going to score for us. And long term, I think that's a good thing because we need to have our bench be involved in that production of our offense. So until we figure that out, we're going to have to find a way to score points. But we're capable of that. We just have to get people to step up into different roles and embrace that.
Best of luck today, Coach.
All right, thank you.
We'll be back with more College Buckets right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
It's Gates' 90th birthday, but everyone gets to be a part of the fabulous celebration. During the month of November, Gates will be giving away 20 tropical family cruise vacation and exciting Las Vegas getaways. In addition, you can win prizes like big screen TVs, gift cards, and Apple products. No purchases necessary, and you can register at any Gates location or online at www.gatesautomotive.com. Winners will be announced every week throughout November. Glad you can join us here on Regional Radio Sports. I spent some time with Eric Gingrich just moments ago.
College basketball here today from Bethel College. Eric Gingrich joining us here on the pregame show. His team hosts the Golden Eagles of Cornerstone University. Coach, let's just talk about where we're at right now. 4 games into this, 3-1 on the campaign. A lot of lessons learned, some lineup changes with some injuries. You guys have been handling a wide variety of different dynamics, but just share your thoughts about your group through the first 4.
We're progressing. We're young again, probably younger than last year. One of the good things about the team is our IQ is pretty high and our talent level's higher. So when we go down, our depth is our bench looks a little bit different this year. So that's exciting. But we don't have the toughness yet that we need to compete in our conference, and we've got to figure that out in the next couple of weeks. We've got to get tougher. We've got to get mentally stronger to survive things like Jesse Irwin being out for 2 weeks, or Aquinas going on a 10-0 run on us. We've got to get a little bit tougher, and especially in the rebounding end of the floor. So that's what we're locked in on today.
But isn't that really that's what being a young group is all about? You're going to go through some of those growing pains. It's no different than your children growing through growing pains. You kind of just deal with those things. That's part of the process.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we told them we're not gonna make it out to be the end of the world if we have a bad practice or if we lose one, but we can't lose 2 in a row. And so now we gotta go out and prove that we're mentally strong enough to bounce back off of a tough road loss, come back and right the ship. And we're looking to do that today.
Cornerstone is a really unique situation, similar to you guys in the fact that they lost some significant pieces of the puzzle, some players who were pretty good that weren't even seniors that graduated. They lost 9 that have not returned from last year's group, including their top 4 scorers. They're off to a 1-5 start. So for head coach Jessica Yonkers in her first season, she finds the situation very similar to where you're at.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've been through a lot up there at Cornerstone, and so in a number of different ways, we feel for those kids in that program. I know she's going through a lot, and I'm sure she's a good coach. She's going to right the ship, I'm sure, but they're at a very similar place like you mentioned to us. They're very young, a lot of new faces, trying to figure out a new system. It's kind of where we were at a couple years ago, and so yeah, but you know, we got to go out and play our game. It's not feeling, they're not going to feel sorry for us. We're not going to feel sorry for them. We've got to go out and play our game and do what we need to do to come out with a W.
All right, let's talk about specific matchups. I know that Taylor Richards is the top scorer, averaging 12.5 points a game. Maya Adele also is having a pretty good year, right around 8.5 points a game. Are those your two biggest concerns, or are their depth a concern?
Yeah, I mean, where they're doing their damage in the post with Richards and also 44 Shelby Nyber. And so that's where our focus has been most of the week. I think our guards are going to do a great job on Udell, but we've got to take care of the post. When the ball goes in, we've got to do a better job of backside help. We've got to do a better job of rebounding the basketball. That's where they're going to make hay on us. If we don't box out, they're going to have those easy bunnies. They're going to shoot a high percentage, and they're going to stay in the basketball game with us. We box out and limit their offensive boards. We feel like we can put them away early.
When you look at this lineup that you're going to throw on the floor too, Heimlich, a freshman, Maggie, a freshman, Tegan Parker's a freshman, boy, oh boy, and then you throw in a couple, a sophomore, and then you have that lone veteran in Cam Glenn. Boy, I tell you, a lot of pressure on Cam to make sure she keeps everybody on the same page.
Yeah, you know, and the biggest thing for that group is, and the biggest struggle is communication piece, and that's going to be the most important thing for them today. As freshmen, they're a little uncertain, maybe not quite as confident, although a couple of them are playing with a lot of confidence, but that limits your communication sometimes, and that's where it can bite you in the backside. Now, Cam's been playing as efficient basketball as anyone else I've seen this year. Her efficiency rating is out the charts. She's taking care of the basketball. She's making good decisions. She's playing within herself. She's not forcing anything. So if she continues to do that, she's going to be just fine, and she's going to lead us just fine. It's going to be, we need people to step up coming off the bench. Michelle's still going to be our sixth man, and that's going to bring a ton of energy off the bench. But we need a couple of these other kids off the bench to step up and have big days for us today.
Best of luck today, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more of College Buckets right after. Mark, both coaches are going to have to make some major decisions on personnel today. The people who have played pivotal roles. Share with our audience the dynamics that these coaches are faced with today.
Those things that we talk about, like Maritis accepting her role, going from a starter to coming off the bench, and how important that is. And then you know, you get an injury, and so you want to keep her in that role. So you don't always turn to your sixth man when you have that injury. You turn to your seventh man to keep your sixth man in that comfortable, important role that they're used to. And so I think the Pilots are in a better position to overcome the injury, just because they're a more balanced team. Where Richards is such a key part to what Cornerstone does. That's tough to replace that. Where in Irwin's case, there's other bodies there, experienced and capable scorers.
All right. Once again, glad you can join us here on Regional Radio Sports. A hearty happy birthday to our friends here at the United States Marine Corps. 243 years of serving the United States of America.
Good afternoon and welcome to the campus of Bethel College for today's contest between the Golden Eagles of Cornerstone University and your Bethel College Lady Pilots. Bethel College welcomes all players, officials, and spectators to today's game. As participants in the NAIA's Champions of Character initiative, we ask each of you to help create a positive, competitive environment by showing respect for one another. On behalf of the Crossroads League and Bethel College, please enjoy today's game. This time, will everyone please stand? Gentlemen, kindly remove your hats for an opening prayer, followed by the playing of our national anthem. Gracious God, we thank you for the gift of this day, for safety and travel, for your watchful care as teams, players, coaches, officials have prepared for this moment. And now we would ask for your hand of protection upon players as they compete. We pray that you would keep them free of injury. We also pray that you would enable them to give their very best. Take the preparation, the offering of practice and strategizing, conditioning, and bring that together now, enable our ladies to play to their greatest level of excellence. Pray too that you'd help all of us to be able to encourage one another, to cheer with the right perspective in mind, that you might be honored in all that happens in our time together today. For we pray it all in Christ's name. Amen. And now let's meet the starters for the visiting Golden Eagles from Cornerstone University. A 5'8" sophomore from Hudsonville, Michigan, number 4, Katrina Goebel. A 5'4" junior from Kalamazoo, Michigan, number 14, Brogan Gamble. A 5'7" senior from Ada, Michigan, number 24, Maya Udell. A 5'4" sophomore from Linden, Michigan, number 33, Sterling DeGainer. And a 6'1" sophomore from Jenison, Michigan, number 44, Shelby Nybor. Head coach for the Golden Eagles is Jessica Yonkers, assisted by Josh Sapanik, Sydney DeJong, and Olivia Bartkowick. And now, let's meet the starters for your Bethel College Lady Pilots. A 5'8" freshman from Monon, Indiana, number 4, Macy Heimler. A 5'7" senior from Ann Arbor, Michigan, number 12, Kamala Glenn. A 5'10" freshman from Mulberry, Indiana, number 14, Maggie DuBois. A 5'10" freshman from Lafayette, Indiana, number 15, Tegan Parker. And a 5'11" sophomore from Goshen, Indiana, number 30, Kelsey Brickner. Head coach for the Lady Pilots is Eric Gingrich, assisted by Kat Gingrich, Kelsey Key, and Landon Kaufman. And now, friends, if you direct your attention to center court, we're ready to get today's contest underway.
Glad you can join us. Way too much fun for Keith and the team back there. Crossroads League, Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference matchup today. We'll get to the schedule throughout the course of the afternoon. Gray jerseys, gray shorts with blue trim. Blue numbers and white, Bethel written in white on the team moving from right to left on your screen. The Cornerstone Golden Eagles decked out in the dark blue jerseys with the white numbers with the old gold trim, as the Bethel College Pilots will move from right to left. The Golden Eagles from left to right. Bethel wins the opening tip, and we're underway here in this non-league matchup.
2-3 zone here to start off for Cornerstone. Bethel hasn't seen a lot of zone defense so far.
Over here is Brickner on the near side, goes to the elbow, tap pass over here into the left corner. Tegan Parker getting her first start as a varsity basketball player here at Bethel. Shot by Heimlich off the rim, no good. Heimlich, a 38% shooter from beyond the arc. Here come the Golden Eagles in the half-court set for the first time. Here's a backdoor pass, a shot, and a score for Katrina Goebel, averaging 3 points a game and 3 rebounds and immediately making an impact.
Good start for Cornerstone as the Pilots didn't communicate on defense, turned their head, and got beat on the backdoor cut.
Matter of fact, if you heard Coach Gingrich talk about his biggest concern with this basketball team is their inability to communicate or lack thereof.
Got to find Brickner against this 2-3 zone.
And there's Brickner over here handing it off now to Heimlich. Heimlich back out here to Glenn. 7 of the shotgun goes inside, and then Brickner throws it into the 13th row.
So what you see from Bethel, a lot of people moving. They're getting the ball to the free throw line. They've done that twice now, 2 different players, which is where you want to get the ball. Myself, as a coach, I always want to put one player, my best passer there. Instead of having all that interaction, just let one player settle in there and get your shooters spotting up. Feed it to the middle, kick it out.
DeGainer with the basketball now here at the top. Lobs it inside to the low post out of Goebel. She was defended well, and now here come the Pilots to move from right to left. Maggie DuBois.
I think DuBois caught an elbow in the face there. We'll see how she responds to that, but she got hit in that mix-up down low.
Cam Glenn over here to the near side, now here to Parker. Back over here, Brickner comes around a screen, launches the triple, no good. A rebound tracked down by Shelby Nybor. And now Cornerstone will walk it up with a 2-0 lead here at the 8:24 mark. A relatively frigid start for the Lady Pilots.
Matching the temperatures outside.
Absolutely. Gamble with the basketball. Now goes to the far side. DeGainer goes inside of the low post, right-handed hook, perfectly placed, and scoring it is Nybor. 4-0 Cornerstone University here at the 8:02 mark.
2 of the Pilots' biggest, most athletic players sitting out with injury, and so we know this isn't a big team. They're long, but they're not big, and you see Cornerstone taking advantage of that, getting the ball inside.
Brickner with the ball here on the near side wing, looking. Now go to Cam Glenn, quickly to the right side. Parker goes inside of the low post, and then now ball's thrown away. Fortunately, it went off an ankle.
I feel like this is so backwards. This is the most motion offense that I've seen out of the Lady Pilots, but they should be having all these basket cuts against man-to-man defense, not against the zone defense. Spot up, overload one side, take advantage of the zone. It's a numbers game.
With the ball to inbound will be Heimlich to the right of the lane. Now goes into the Far corner now to Du Bois.
Now your man-to-man defense out of the out-of-bounds play.
Here is the ball here to Brickner at the top, comes around a screen. Screen and roll, she throws it away.
Right idea. Put too much on the pass, but it's a great slip by Heimlich. Just a bad pass there by Kelsey.
With the basketball here in the backcourt now is DeGainer. Shovels it into the corner. Pilots still have not scored. Here is Gamble. Going on the right side to DeGainer. DeGainer drives to the free throw line, flares out, kick pass into the corner now here to Gamble. She drives, shoots, blocked nicely by Du Bois. Oh, here's a pass inside, perfectly placed in a shot. Missed the shot. Oh my, Katrina Goebel had a great look.
Yeah, again, Cornerstone's doing a good job of pounding the ball inside. Foul on Du Bois. Her first, team's first.
Matter of fact, it's the first foul of the ball game for either club. And to inbound to the left of the lane. As Cornerstone will kick it back in. Good entry pass to Nybor. She scores, and then she got hit on the left eye. 6-0 in favor of the visitors.
Yeah, Pilots are fortunate. That's not a three-point play there as Parker got it right in the eye.
Ball here at the top now here. Parker goes down here to Cam Glenn. Cam knifes through traffic, shoots, missed the shot. Rebound, Goebel. Now in the trailer, here's Udell. Udell one-on-one against Heimlich. Over here to the right side to Gamble. Gamble hard off the dribble. Nice job cutting off that baseline. Long three-point shot. Karam's off the iron. The Lady Pilots scrap for it. Coming away with a pumpkin is Maggie Du Bois. Now to the trailer. Parker comes to the top now to Heimlich. Back to Cam Glenn.
There's your look.
There's your baseline shot. And, good. Coming your way from Du Bois. And at the 6:03 mark, Bethel puts his first points on the board. They trail 6-2.
You overload the right side there. One defender, two offense players. She had to decide who she was going to guard. Left Maggie wide open.
DeGainer with the ball comes around a moving screen. Here's a steal by Brickner. Brickner lost the handle on it. Rolls it over here. Here's a drive, a shot, and a how was that not a foul?
A couple good things there. Brickner got the steal because instead of reaching across her body like so many players do, she tipped it away left-handed, hustled on the floor to get it, didn't panic and call timeout, hit the trailing Parker, who went up strong.
With the basketball here, Brickner had a shot block, but Heimlich comes back with the offensive putback opportunity, and another miss for the Pilots. Boy, had some great looks, Coach. You got to knock shots down, plain and simple.
Looks. And you've got to attack the glass against the zone. There's a turnover by Cornerstone. It's got to be a bounce pass. But hardest thing to do in the zone defense is box out, and so you've got to attack the glass.
Brooke Moderman in the game now for Cornerstone University. Joining in that starting lineup, also on the floor, Rebecca Crosby, the youngster, a freshman from Traverse City. And I hear the Pilots as the Energizer Bunnies on the floor now. And Michelle Moritas. Here's Brickner at the top. Now over here to Shelly Moritas here at the top. Now over here on the near side wing. Du Bois, back to Heimlich. Here, triple, near side, in and out. And once again, the Pilots fail to put the ball in the hole. DeGainer over the timeline now. Wrap around to the low post, and a nicely played, perfectly entry pass. Goebel with the score, 8-2 Cornerstone. Here at the 4:51 mark.
You would never know this team's 1-5 playing without their best player. That's perfect execution, great post up, excellent bounce pass.
Heimlich goes to the right side now to Du Bois. Skip pass over to Brickner on the near wing. Brickner goes now here to Heimlich. Skip pass back to Moritas. Back to Du Bois, and she traveled with the basketball. You know, you're 5 games into this. This shouldn't be happening.
Like I said, there's a lot of movement, which I would love to see against man-to-man defense, but I feel like it's wasted energy against the zone because you're cutting to where a player is stationary. They're staying in the middle of that zone. So you're not beating somebody in that basket cut. They're waiting for you to come to them.
With the ball out here to the top now to Udell. Now back here, ball knocked away. Sydney Williams in the game now for the Pilots. There's a three-point shot from the far wing. Off the front of the iron, and then the ball ricochets into the hands of Heimlich. Heimlich here on the left wing. Kick back out to Brickner. Brickner on the drive. Pull up, 14-footer left baseline, no good. Another miss. Pilots as cold as the winter here in northern Indiana right now.
Yeah, that's a good play by Brickner, though. Didn't force a three, made it a little bit easier shot for herself, just couldn't get it to fall, but there's another post-up move. Moritas there for the steal.
The Energizer Bunny will move from right to left. Finds Brickner here on the left wing. Brickner now to Williams. Baseline shot 14. Missed the shot. Brooke Moderman with the rebound.
Pilots now 12% from the floor, 1 for 8.
Now with the ball here, Udell. One-on-one against the Pilots. Heimlich dribbles to the right wing, puts on the brakes, looks for some help. Nice little return shot from the right side, no good. Nice job defensively as Crosby shot, and then of course the Pilots throw it away. Flare into the far side wing. Cornerstone on the dribble with an 8-2 lead with 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Du Bois is going to pick up her second foul. Can't have that when you're down Jessica Irwin. You need Maggie on the floor, so now she's got 2. She'll be heading to the bench.
Couple changes. Cam Glenn comes back into the lineup. Also, Tegan Parker, some changes for Cornerstone as they bring back 3 of their regulars. In the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference today, Cincinnati Christian is at 9th-ranked Indiana Tech. Aquinas is at Spring Arbor. Here's the ball on the perimeter, pass inside to the low post, shot on the way, no good on the offering by Nybor. Also Cornerstone here at Bethel, Midway University at the University of Northern Ohio, University of Rio Grande at Madonna, Indiana University South Bend is at University of Michigan Dearborn, and Lawrence Tech is at Indiana Wesleyan in the WAC. Moritas, 3-point shot, it's a brick, rebound into the hands of Moderman. There's a pass into the right corner. 3-point shot, high arching shot, no good. Rebound, Brickner. Neither team lighting it up, but the Pilots are woeful.
Yeah, 40% for Cornerstone, 11% for the Pilots.
Here's Moritas on the left wing. Back out to the top now to Parker. Now to Cam Glenn. I just cleaned off the floor and let Cam just take everybody one-on-one at this stage. Moritas inside to Cam. Cam is hammered inside by Brooke Moderman, the 5'10 sophomore from Allendale, Michigan. Went to Allendale High. And Cam will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws with 1 minute and 59 seconds to go.
If things don't change, the Pilots better expect to see 2-3 zone the rest of the season.
Yep.
I mean, you either have to shoot over it or beat it with a penetrating kick. Right now they're just swinging the ball around the top of the circle.
Cam misses the free throw. She'll have one more. Brickner coming out. Also checking out will be Sydney Williams, the Orient, Ohio native. And Cam with one more opportunity forthcoming.
But I do have some good news for you. Indiana 21, Maryland 6.
Good job from my buddy Tom Allen. Praying hard for my friend. 8-3. Cam Glenn's on the score sheet now. With the ball now, Gamble. Over to the right side now to Modern. Into the low post. Nybor shot, scores, and a foul call. Shelby Nybor, Jenison High School of Michigan, started all 6 games, averaging 12.7 rebounds. Gives her club a 10-3 lead.
She looks like an All-American today because the Pilots just don't have an answer. Maggie Du Bois couldn't handle her. Brickner couldn't handle her. That time it was Heimlich. She's posting up. Her teammates are giving her passes. Kristen Mon tried to defend her.
11-3. Moritas over the timeline now here. Heimlich back to the far side to Cam Glenn. Cam looking for help. Now goes into the far corner to Parker. Parker back out now here to Heimlich. Back to Moritas. Swings over here to Glenn. Cam back out to the top. 3-point shot on the way. Good. Finally going home. Tegan Parker. That's her second triple of the year. An 11-6 ball game now here at the 123 mark.
And Parker can hit that shot. Du Bois can. Heimlich. There's
Cam
Glenn.
A steal by Cam. Cam to the goal and the layup. Just like that. In a matter of about 20 seconds, they've cut 5 points off that 11-3 advantage. Now it's 11-8 here with 63 seconds to go in the first quarter. Over here on the right side. Pass inside the low post, and Nybor powers in for the score. 13-8, she's unstoppable in the paint.
Yeah, they do not have an answer for her.
Moritas finds the ball into the hands of Parker. Cam Glenn, triple off the iron, caroms into the corner, and it'll be Cornerstone Eagles basketball. Game number 2 of the Twin Bill features the Battle of the Unbeatens between Madonna University, the Crusaders, and the Bethel Pilots. One team 4-0, the other team 6-0. Here's a drive by Emma Johnson. Inside, left-handed shot, no good. Nybor had space. She turns, shoots, and scores. Nybor just absolutely killing the Pilots.
At
15 to 8.
She's averaging 12 a game, and she has 11 in the first quarter.
Cam Glenn, right wing. Back to Moritas at the point. Swings it over here to Kristen Mon. Here is Moritas looking for help. Back to Heimlich, back to Mon. She'll load the triple and knock it down. Huge basket for Mon as the horn sounds. And as bad as Bethel played, they only trail by 4. We'll be back with more of college basketball live from the Gates Gymnasium. We're on Mike Lightfoot Court. This is Bethel College Sports on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
They came from every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines, a tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
To be able to just get my son to St. Jude and not think about how we will pay for it, it just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Paul Condry along with Coach Mark Gardner. Glad you can join us from our broadcast location here at Mike Lightfoot Court inside the White Camp Athletic Center. 15 to 11, Cornerstone here at the end of one quarter play. Coach, you got some numbers?
I do. Cornerstone 6 of 13 from the floor, 46%. Pilots 5 of 14 from the floor. Pilots knocked down 3 triples, 3 of 7 from three-point range. 5 rebounds for the Pilots, 10 for Cornerstone, but the big difference been the inside play of Nybor.
With the ball over here now is Gamble. Comes back out here to the top to Udell. Udell stops, looks, now to Nybor here at the top. She spins inside. Nice job by Mon to take away any good looks, and then Mon is there for the rebound. We'd like to see that out of Kristen Mon.
Yeah, you've got to sag to the middle and make them hit a three-pointer. Here's Heimlich with the triple.
No good. Rebound. Once again, another good look. Katrina Goebel with the rebound.
Cornerstone has not hit a triple, so you've got to get everybody sagging in the lane to help on Nybor.
Here's a jump shot from 18 on the far side. Knock it down. Sweet-looking shot from Maya Udell. The Ada Michigan product went to Forest Hill Central High. It's now 17 to 11 in favor of the Golden Eagles.
That's a nice little pull-up jumper. Knock that down.
Cam Glenn, slow start for her this afternoon. Here's Heimlich with a 15-foot shot. Good. Make it at 17-13 here at the 8:48 mark.
Heimlich with their first bucket.
Ball on the far side. Udell, one-on-one against Heimlich, crosses her over, loads up the 19-footer and knocks it down. 19-13, Cornerstone, 8:31 to go in the first. Brickner on the near wing, finds Cam Glenn, the trailer. Cam had it knocked out of her hands.
Fortunate there.
Into the corner, Mon, triple off the iron. Rebound tracked down by Cornerstone's Katrina Goebel. Here's Udell over the timeline now, puts the pass into the hands of Nybor for the easy layup. 21-13, Nybor just absolutely putting on a clinic today.
Well, and that started at half court. Mon got beat off the behind the back dribble at half court, and so Heimlich had to come over and help, which left Nybor wide open.
Brickner traveled, no call. Comes out here to Heimlich at the top now. Back to Brickner on the right wing. Deep right corner, now to Mon. Pull up 14-footer, no good. Brickner with a rebound. The offensive putback is good, and she was fouled. Make it a 21-15.
You mean if you don't backpedal towards half court and actually crash the glass, you might get an offensive rebound and a three-point opportunity.
Yes, indeed. It's a novel concept these days.
It's a good idea.
Taking a look at these two teams as a whole, Bethel comes in averaging 69.5, giving up 62. They're being out-rebounded by their opponents 36-32. Bethel's averaging 20 turnovers a game, shooting 79% at the line, including that one right there, making it 21-16. Bethel shooting 42% from the field, 26% from beyond the arc. They're averaging 13 steals and 13 assists a game and 2 block shots. We'll get you the Cornerstone numbers here as Sidney Williams causes a turnover. Cornerstone averaging 51 a game, giving up 77. Here's Cam Glenn on the dribble. Shovels it over here. 3-point shot by Parker, clangs off the iron. And the rebound into the hands of Katrina Goebel. Cornerstone shooting 59% at the line, 35% from the field, 21% from 3-point land. With the ball now, DeGainer lost the handle on it. Pilots seem to be moving their feet a little bit better in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not been the feet outside. It's been, here's an
air ball. Short. But once again, the biggest issue, I think, for the Pilots is they are, I almost at some point in time, Coach, feel like they're afraid of contact.
Yeah, they're not, and Coach Gingrich talked about that. They are not a physical team, and if you're going to play and be competitive in the Crossroads League, you better be physical. Only 6 on the shot clock here because of the air ball.
Oh, here's a beautiful play here for Maya Udell. As Tegan Parker.
Understanding the game right there.
Absolutely. Beautiful play. One of the finest plays of the year we've seen.
Yep, bounce off Tegan's backside for an easy 2.
Here's Heimlich with the turnaround shot. Good. Making it 23-18. 6:39 to go.
First rule basketball. You have to know where the ball is and know where your man is. If you're going to turn your back on the ball, you're fair game.
DeGainer here on the right wing. Looks for the handoff. Finds the ball in the hands of Udell. Udell to the top. Gives up the dribble. Comes back right side now to DeGainer. There's a little spin move ball deflected coming right at us.
Good hands by Williams.
And it'll be Cornerstone basketball. 6:20 on the first half game clock. 10 on the shot clock. And to inbound the ball right here in front of our vantage point. They come out high now here to Rebecca Crosby. Crosby gives way now here to Udell. Udell on the drive. Leaner, no good. rebound laid wide open in because nobody decided to put a body on Rebecca Crosby, and she's there for the easy garbage layup. 25-18, 6:05 to go.
Points in the paint, 18-4, advantage Cornerstone.
Here's Moritas having her pocket picked. And now here's Cornerstone. Cornerstone just plain and simple wants the ball more.
Yeah, turnover number 5 for both teams now.
There's a pass inside to the low post.
Oh, and good help.
Check that. It's Heimlich inside with the double down and the turnover.
Good
Heimlich at the top. Goes on the far side. Moritas now over here to Brickner on the redirect. Brickner shot no good. She got the rebound, missed the offensive putback, and now Katrina Goebel and a timeout Cornerstone University. Our first timeout taken by either one of our clubs. 5:31 to go here in the first half. 25-18, the visitors from Michigan.
When your child's in the hospital, the last thing you want to do is to leave their bedside.
If we had to leave the hospital at any time, it would have drove us nuts.
Family room was definitely a blessing for us. We needed to be close to our daughter, and it gave us exactly what we needed at that time.
Make a difference in the life of a family when they need it most. Give to the Ronald McDonald House at Memorial Children's Hospital in South Bend. Donate to our new house at loveshinethrough.org.
Paul Condrey, Mark Gardner, glad you can join us here for game number 1 of our doubleheader. Cornerstone University coming in with a record of 1-5. Bethel with a record of 3-1, but if you were watching the first 15 minutes or so, you'll say there's no way, because the team with only one win on the left side of the ledger has dominated the play.
Pilot 7 of 21 from the floor. Cornerstone 12 of 22.
Emmett Johnson hands it off now here to Sterling DeGainer. DeGainer coming around a Nybor screen, still on the dribble. Sidney Williams cuts her off baseline.
Nice
pass inside. That's a travel inside. Good call. Shuffling the feet that time was Allison Richards, the Fruitport Calvary Christian High School, Michigan product. And now Michelle Moritas quickly over the timeline now. Goes to Tegan Parker, back out to Brickner. Pops the triple way off the arc. Cam Glenn with the rebound. Cam tries to shuffle it. And now here's a drive from the right side and way off the mark for Tegan Parker. And now the Golden Eagles over the timeline now. DeGainer Guarded by Moritas. Moving screen set up there by Allison Richards. They let it go. Cam Glenn knocks one out of bounds. And checking into the contest for Bethel will be Janine Schwartz, a 5'6" freshman from Fairfield High School.
Bethel has to pull somebody out of the game. There we go. Coach James is going to try and go with the power play.
Once again, Pilots still playing without the services.
Inbound pass thrown away. Williams comes up with the loose ball.
Pilots playing without Jessica Irwin tonight. And Savannah Feenstra, the promising freshman. There's the ball and a traveling call whistled on Janine Schwartz. Boy, look at the size of that brace on her right knee.
Yeah, she sat out, didn't appear in one game earlier this year, playing through a knee discomfort, obviously, but hustling after that rebound, just unfortunately stumbled and traveled as she was trying to corral it.
Walking over the timeline, Maya Udell just blows past Sydney Williams, comes back on the ball, reverses to the far side to Emma Johnson. Johnson with the pass inside to Nybor. Brickner's trying to be there to save the day, and then Eric Gingrich is wide open.
Yeah, he
made a fine catch.
He made a good catch, but he wasn't in shooting position. I'm disappointed. Coach has got to be ready to catch and shoot right there. He's wide open opposite baseline. It's a fundamental play. Turnover number 8.
With the ball here, Heimlich on the far side wing, comes back out here to the top to Schwartz, back to Brickner. Lobs it up high, now to Heimlich. Why throw the ball high there?
Well, you're passing the ball 2 feet away. There's no point in even passing the ball when you're that close to each other.
Spacing's bad. Williams, skip pass over here to the far side. Schwartz, 3, good. And for Janine Schwartz, her first triple of the year and her first basket. 25-21.
She looked good on that one. It's a good skip pass, and she was, if you're going to go against 2-3 zone, you have to be ready to catch and shoot. There's a mismatch right there, as Nybor just took the smaller Schwartz right to the rack.
Ball's on the floor, and a foul on the putback.
Heimlich's going to pick up foul number 2.
Bethel just getting mauled inside. The points in the paint are just really the difference maker.
Yeah, offensive rebound number 5 for Cornerstone.
And to shoot the free throws will be Rebecca Crosby. Crosby went to Kingley High School in Traverse City, averaging 1.2 rebounds, a 37% free throw shooter. Her free throw is good. Couldn't tell it there, 26-21.
No, I'll attribute that 37% to the fact that it's just early in the season, because there was nothing wrong with that form and finished nicely.
Gamble back into the contest now for Cornerstone. Checking out is Allison Richards. The right-handed free throw, picture perfect. 27-21 in favor of the Golden Eagles. Sydney Williams will inbound the ball. And the Pilots to move from right to left. They need to get Cam Glenn going offensively. Over here, Heimlich goes now to Brickner on the near wing.
Cam's 1 for 3 from the floor.
And here's a pass inside. There you go.
There's your inside out.
Cam on the dribble drive. Pull up 14-footer right baseline. Good. And just what the doctor ordered, a Cam Glenn field goal.
But it started by getting the ball to the inside of the zone and then the kick out.
Yeah. And the one thing about it, you got to have your hands in that receiving position. Here's Cam with the deflection over here to Brickner. Brickner's going to try to take it coast to coast. Brickner stops, pops from the right block, and scores. And believe it or not, Pilots are within 2 as poorly as they have played.
Yeah, points off turnovers. Fortunately, we've seen that a couple times now for the Pilots. They now have 8 points off turnovers.
Ball over here on the right side, Udell. Goes inside to Nybor. Nybor with a right-handed layup. She's dynamite down low. 29-25. Just when they need a basket, they go to their go-to gal.
You can't switch all screens. You can't switch all screens. You've got Williams and Schwartz switching that screen, and so then you got Nybor against Schwartz. And she hurt her knee there on the spin move, so coach is subbing her out.
And now back into the game for the Pilots is Tegan Parker. And she has the ball at the top. Parker waiting for a cutter, goes to Brickner near wing. Brickner throws it inside. Terrible pass.
Threw it behind her, yeah. But Tegan's got to find the soft spot. She cut right to the defender.
With the ball here now, Udell. Skip pass over here on the right side. Now here to Moderman. Nybor, turnaround shot in the paint, good. 31-25. Coach, What a game for her.
Sure reminds me of Bradbury from Taylor. Just
Kendall Bradbury?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
having a great.
She's got 17 points right now, and everything, spin move. She's patient down low. She's working hard.
Ohio State Buckeyes on the board early against Michigan State, 7-0.
Pilots now 3 of 11 from three-point range.
Moderman over here. Hits the trailer now here to Gamble. Gamble in between the rings, swings it right side wing. Now to Moderman. Moderman on the drive. Off-balance shot, but score it. 33-25 in favor of the Golden Eagles at the 119 mark.
Yeah, went right past and over Brickner there for the 2.
Here's Cam Glenn with a kick out now to Brickner. Her 3 is on the way in and out, no good. Sydney Williams trying to hustle after it, but Nybor wins the war on the deflection. Now the ball in the hands of Goebel, matched up against Cam Glenn. And now on the walk into the forecourt is Maya Udell. Udell averaging 3 assists a ball game, 1.5 steals per contest. There's a backdoor pass thrown into the table area over there as they're having a reception here today later on.
You know what, though? I like that turnover because the Pilots are getting out and playing aggressive face guard, and the way to beat that is go back door, and that's what Cornerstone tried. Just put a little too much on that pass. So 10 turnovers.
Checking back in will be Megan Bauer, a 5'7" freshman from Britton Deerfield High School in Michigan. And the ball will walk it up by Ann Arbor product Cam Glenn. Gives way here to the far side, and they go back to Moritas at the point. Back to Cam on the near wing. Now goes to the free throw line to Heimlich. Her 17-foot shot's good. 33-27, 32 seconds to go.
Heimlich now 3 of 6 from the floor. She's got 6 points.
Pilots trailed by 4 at the end of 1. Here they are in a position where they trail by 6 in the waning moments of this second stanza. Ball here on the right side. They go inside to Nybor. Nybor triple teamed. Back out to the top now. Udell flares left wing. Ball deflected and stolen. I think Parker may have got a hand up quickly to Brickner to the goal, and she blew the layup.
Good outlet by Cam. Good run by Kelsey.
Got to finish the shots, though, Coach. That's the bottom line.
Yep. 2.2 on the clock.
Aren't they serving fresh turnovers? Here's a pass inside to Heimlich. 3-point shot, and that'll do it. 20 minutes are in the books from the Whitecamp Athletic Center. 33-27 here at the intermission. We'll get a thought here from Bethel assistant coach Kelsey Key here, and we'll do that now. Once again, 33-27 our score here at the intermission. Kelsey, first of all, thanks for taking time to join us. Shelby Nybor is turned into an All-American. Your thoughts on how to keep the ball, number one, keep the ball away from her, and then stop her once she does get the ball.
Yeah, well, we keep talking to our post kids about fighting around and getting in front, but then our backside has to do their job and not lunge at the basketball. We've jumped a ton of times, and she's good enough to shot fake and step through, so we got to take that away. If we can do that in the second half, I think we'll be okay.
You know, 33-27, and you played really, really bad.
Right.
So that's something to think about. You're 2 possessions away from, kind of turning this thing around. Is that what you think Eric's message is going to be going into the locker room?
Yeah, I do. We've been talking to our girls a ton about offensive rebounds, too. This game is a really close game or a tied game if we don't give up offensive rebound putbacks. So we got to drive people out of the lane and go get the basketball. We got to want it a little bit more than they do right now.
Yeah, 18 points in the paint for them, and they've got 5 offensive rebounds, like you said. Against a zone, I always say the hardest thing to do against a zone defensively is to box out because there's no guarantee somebody by you. So too many times I think we see the Lady Pilots backpedaling. One time Brickner crashed, she got the 3-point play opportunity. So I think keep them off the glass, but at the same time get more.
Yeah, offensively we've gotten a little stagnant too. We got to move the basketball. We got to get it inside now. We've talked about that all year. If we can get it inside and the zone can collapse, our shooters will get wide open looks on the 3-point line. But we got to do that the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks for taking time to stop by.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Once again, 33-27. She's going to be an amazing head coach someday when she decides to take on that role. And the thing I love the most about her, she is so super competitive, and it irks her to no end when you try to drive home a point. And I think that's the way you feel about very successful athletes is like, don't you get it?
That's what I was just going to say, that you can hear her passion. It's not anger. It's not, it's not even frustration, it's passion. It's like, this is what we've got to do. We've talked about it, and if we do it, we'll be okay. And so, yes, I agree. Bright future for her.
Yeah, no question about it. We're going to take a quick timeout, come back with more of our continuing coverage of college basketball. We'll get you an update on what's going on in the Crossroads League. A busy, busy day. Buckets around the Crossroads League. That's going to be part of our continuing coverage. And once again, we thank you for being a part of it. And a hearty, hearty happy birthday to the United States Marine Corps. 243 years, still growing strong.
St. Jude continues to advance by increasing cure rates in childhood cancer. And donors are important to us because you get the feeling that you have a team behind you. When it comes to research and advancements, there are some things that only we can do because we have the resources and we have the focus. And so if St. Jude doesn't do it, who will?
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, we have served our nation as a force in readiness. From combat operations to humanitarian assistance in every corner of the world. No matter where the mission takes us today or wherever our country needs us tomorrow, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for each other, for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
This is
to be able to just get my son to St. Jude and not think about how we will pay for it. It just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Centier Bank is Indiana's largest private family-owned bank. Since 1895, the Schrag family has built a legacy of success through business and by servicing the communities of northern and central Indiana. Centier's not-for-sale promise pledges to the communities we serve that we will continue to preserve independent banking in Indiana for generations to come. Centier Bank is proud to serve the communities of northern and central Indiana. Please visit Centier.com for more information, and don't forget to like us on Facebook, member FDIC.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, we have served our nation as a force in readiness. From combat operations to humanitarian assistance in every corner of the world. No matter where the mission takes us today, or wherever our country needs us tomorrow, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for each other, for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Welcome back here to the intermission, 33-27, Cornerstone University with the lead. Crossroads League basketball, taking a look at where we're at. Marion ranked number 4 in the country, sitting off to a 3-0 start. What a job that Katie Geralds has done at the Indianapolis-based parochial school. 19th ranked Taylor under the leadership of Jody Martinez and Natalie Young, off to a 4-1 start. They are unbeaten at home at 3-0. They're ranked 19th. Of course, Bethel sitting at 3-1. Goshen off to a really good start. They've won 3 straight after losing this season over there, 3-1. Huntington receiving some votes in the poll at 3-1. Mount Vernon is at 3-1. They've won 3 straight. St. Francis, 14th ranked, 2-1. Indiana Wesleyan, ironically, ranked 15th, is 3-3. Spring Arbor at 2-2, and Grace at 2-4. Last night in the Crossroads League, Goshen upended Kentucky Christian University. Taylor smashed Trinity Christian College 87-62. Midway University was upended by Mount Vernon 74-60. Indiana Wesleyan took Holy Cross out to the woodshed. Ugly one there, 89-60. The Saints mauled against Iowa last night. Grace was a loser to Lawrence Tech out of the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference, and 9th-ranked St. Francis was able to, this is 9th-ranked St. Francis of Illinois, lost a 3-point game to 4th-ranked Marion. Now, if you look at the Crossroads League today, Ohio Christian is in a matchup tonight against Mount Vernon. Receiving bonus, Aquinas, the Pilots who lost to them last time out, is on the road up at Spring Arbor, Michigan. Grace is taking on Holy Cross. 19th ranked Taylor taking 18th ranked Olive and Nazarene in a nice matchup between the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference and the Crossroads League. Lawrence Tech ranked 21st, taking on 15th ranked Indiana Wesleyan. Marion ranked 4th, taking on 22nd ranked Cardinal Stritch. A lot of really neat cross-conference matchups going on here in the early stages before most teams get started in league play next week or the week after. Goshen is at Trinity International. 14th ranked St. Francis is at Indiana University East, which is receiving some votes. And Judson is at Huntington, which is also receiving some votes. If you look at some of the league dynamics as well as some scores, what's jumping off the page at you, Coach?
Well, like you say, you kept saying either ranked or receiving votes. You know, there's talent, so much talent in these 2 leagues here, or these 3 leagues between the WAC, the CCAC, and the Crossroads kind of playing each other here. Early scores, Grace leading Holy Cross 40-33. Aquinas trails Spring Arbor 31-30. And then obviously we're at 33-27 here. So close games in the 3 games that are currently going on. You know, what Jody's doing at Taylor doesn't surprise anybody. But, you know, you hate to see him have that success and not be wearing the blue and white having it, but proud of what him and Natalie are doing over there.
All right, let's take a look at our first half team statistics. Cornerstone 15-26, 57%. They've missed most of their 3-point opportunities. They're 3 for 3 at the line. They have 5 offensive caroms and 13 for a total of 18. Now let's compare those numbers to Bethel. Bethel 11 of 32, a paltry 34%, 3 of 13, only 23% from beyond the arc. The Pilots starting today at 26%, so they're even below their average at 23%. Bethel was 2 for 3 at the line, and Bethel was 6 offensive caroms and 6 defensive for a total of 12 rebounds. That is just bad. A +6 advantage from a team scenario for Cornerstone. 7 assists for the Golden Eagles. Pilots with 4. 7 turnovers for the Pilots. The one golden thing for the Pilots is the Golden Eagles have turned the ball over 11 times. They have 1 block shot and 4 steals. Pilots have 9 steals and 1 block shot. Take a look at our individual numbers, Coach.
The individual numbers, Goebels 2 of 3 from the floor. She's got 4 points, 5 rebounds. Nybor 8 of 11 from the floor, 17 points, 2 rebounds. Gamble did not get a shot attempt off, did have an assist and 2 steals. Udell is 3 of 7 from the floor, 6 points and a rebound. DeGainer grabbed a rebound, dished out 2 assists. Moderman, 2 points, 3 rebounds, 1 of 3 from the floor. Richards had 1 turnover in 2.5 minutes. Rebecca Crosby, 1 of 2 from the floor, hit both free throws. 4 points, 3 rebounds. As far as fouls go, only 1 foul the entire half. That was on Nybor. And can't say it was because of bad officiating by any means. Just sat back in a 2-3 zone. Pilots didn't attack it, so you don't commit many fouls when that happens. You know, look at Nybor's half, 17 points. We called the game last night where Covington had 19 at the half, finished with 21. So, you know, if you go in, you tell your team, hey, she's killing us right now, but the game's halfway over. If we make some adjustments, make other people play better, you know, you've got to double team, triple team her and make somebody else beat you in the second half. For the Pilots, Brickner, 2 of 9 from the floor. She's missed both of her 3-pointers. She's got 5 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal. She didn't come off the floor. Heimlich, 3 of 7 from the floor, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, but she did not come off the floor. Cam Glenn, 2 of 4 from the floor, 5 points, a rebound, 2 assists, 3 steals. DuBois, 1 of 2 from the floor, 2 points and a rebound. She had 2 early fouls. Tegan Parker, stats say that she's 0 for 2, but we saw her knock down a triple, so they're missing a three-pointer there for her. Schwartz hit her only three-point shot, but she hurt her knee and came out after a minute and a half of play. Moritas, they've got her 1 of 2 from the floor. I think they gave her that triple that Parker hit because Michelle didn't knock one down. Kristen Mon, 1 of 2 from the floor. She's got 3 points, and Sydney Williams was 0 of 3 from the floor. Don't worry about the Pilots' fatigue. They looked tired out there. You know, Parker logged 15.5 minutes. Heimlich and Brickner 20 minutes each. Sydney Williams 13.5 minutes, probably a season high for her. We're only halfway home.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, we have served our nation as a force in readiness.
Get some rear security.
From combat operations to humanitarian assistance in every corner of the world. No matter where the mission takes us today, or wherever our country needs us tomorrow, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for each other, for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Centier Bank is Indiana's largest private family-owned bank. Since 1895, the Schrag family has built a legacy of success through business and by servicing the communities of northern and central Indiana. Centier's not-for-sale promise pledges to the communities we serve that we will continue to preserve independent banking in Indiana for generations to come. Centier Bank is proud to serve the communities of northern and central Indiana. Please visit Centier.com for more information, and don't forget to like us on Facebook, member FDIC.
They say growth is a journey and not a destination. At Teachers Credit Union, we agree. Helping our communities grow has been our mission ever since we began our journey in 1931. And supporting our members' growth has helped us to become Indiana's largest credit union. And we're just getting started. Whatever you want to grow, Teachers Credit Union is ready to help. Visit a branch or tcunet.com today. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA, and we are an equal housing opportunity.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Country along with Coach Mark Gardner. Busy day of college football going on. And we'll get an update on some of those marquee matchups right now. I'm glad that you can be with us here today.
About Penn State 16-7 leaders over Wisconsin at the half. UCF ranked number 12, 21-3 over Navy in the third quarter. Nebraska, 2-7 Nebraska turning things around. Now they're up 31-21 over Illinois at the half.
Illinois is bad, Coach. Our good friend Eric Gunther, former All-Big Ten linebacker who lives with us locally here, State Farm agent here, and it's really struggled for his alma mater.
You know what, you just said a lot of things about him, but you missed the most important thing.
Great brother in Christ.
He's just a great, absolutely. He is a State Farm agent, and he's a former NFL football player, and a lot of things that Eric is, but he's just a great. I'm so thankful you introduced him to me a while back.
Blackhawks trail Philadelphia 1-0 as they are in action in Philadelphia today. All right, we're back with you here today. Once again, Cornerstone is decked out in the dark blue jerseys and shorts with the white numbers trimmed in old gold. Bethel in the gray jerseys. And here's a pass inside, a shot on the way, and an easy goal for Tegan Parker. And Bethel has closed the lead to 33-29 as they score at the 9:38 mark. Let's put that in perspective. Bethel didn't score its first point of the first quarter until the 6:03 mark.
But, Paul, I'm sure people think that I act like I know it all sometimes, but doggone it. Cornerstone comes out. Bethel struggled against the 2-3 zone the entire first half. They come out man-to-man defense, and the Pilots score on the first possession. Sometimes as coaches, we outthink ourselves. I'm sure Coach went in and thought, okay, they're making adjustments. They're going to come out to attack the 2-3 zone, so we'll throw them a curveball. We'll play man-to-man, and they get a layup.
Yeah,
just if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. Now here's Cam Glenn, who, if you're going to play man-to-man
defense again, here you go.
Here's the ball over here on the right side. Now to Du Bois, back out to the top. They go to Heimlich on the far same wing. Pass inside. So this is the one thing that this team does not do well, and that's the entry pass inside.
Which is what and Cornerstone has done that so well. They've made great bounce passes on tough angles, and that one there, Macy was fortunate that it got hit by Cornerstone as it went out of bounds.
Heimlich goes out to Brickner, and Brickner on the drive with the easy left-handed side shot, and it's now 33-31.
And obviously I want Bethel to win, and I'm excited about that, but if Cornerstone's playing a 2-3 zone, when Kelsey turns, there's a defender there waiting for her. But
ball in the hands of Udell. Her jump shot from 14, no good. Rebound into the capable hands of Maggie DuBois, the former Rossville product, and she'll trot over the timeline now. Goes now to Glenn here at the top. Cam now goes right side. And back to Brickner at the point. Brickner looking for help. Now goes right side to DuBois. DuBois inside now to Cam Glenn. Back out here to Heimlich. Triple, hard off the iron, rebound. Tracked down by Maya Udell.
It's a good possession, though. Good basket cut, good kick out by Cam. You got the look you wanted.
2-point ball game here at the 8:14 mark of the third. Cornerstone has led from start to this point. Now with the ball over on the far side now is Gamble. Reverses it over here to the left side now to DeGainer. 10 on the shot clock. Now comes out high, goes around the screen. Still on the look, running one-hander, no good. Rebound Heimlich. DuBois did a yeoman's work in trying to keep the big gal, Shelby Nybor, off the glass. Heimlich triple way off the mark.
And that's a good look for her. I don't have a problem with either of these last 2 threes. My only concern is she's now played 22 minutes and she's tired.
And she is gassed because now she's matched up against Shelby Nybor.
Yeah, she's working hard on that end of the floor, and so those 3-pointers are going to be tough to fall.
And now Nybor asking for the ball. Heimlich trying to back in on her.
And DuBois is in position on the backside. Oh, good try by Parker. Oh,
here's a drive, a shot off the rim, though, by Gamble. Pilots will push it up now. Here's the ball stolen away nicely by Udell. Udell flares to the left side. Shot no good. Rebound. Bethel College's Tegan Parker. Parker over the timeline now.
Nice
Goes
pass.
Goes down to Brickner for the left-handed shot. She scored, and we are tied 33-33. 6 minutes and 59 seconds to go in the third quarter. Timeout, Cornerstone University. And we want to thank our friends at the Gates Automotive Group.
It's Gates' 90th birthday, but everyone gets to be a part of the fabulous celebration. During the month of November, Gates will be giving away 20 tropical family cruise vacations and exciting Las Vegas getaways. In addition, you can win prizes like big screen TVs, gift cards, and Apple products. No purchase necessary, and you can register at any Gates location or online at www.gatesautomotive.com. Winners will be announced every week through the month of November.
Do you think that Jessica Yonkers will go back to her zone defense now that with this timeout?
If she doesn't, I don't know what she's thinking. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't understand why you would even come out. I talked the whole first half about the Pilots better expect to see 2-3 zone from here on out, and then this team comes out. You know, they're in the timeout. Coach Gingrich is high-fiving his players. I feel like he should have walked down and given Coach Yonkers a high five because she single-handedly, with one decision, allowed the Pilots to come back. This is a good team against man-to-man defense. They're 3-1.
Golden Eagles, you look back from last year, they lost 5 seniors, a junior, a sophomore, 2 freshmen. Of the 2,359 points scored last season, only 590 points returned. The top 4 scorers, the top rebound, and the top all assist gals are all gone. And it's been an interesting start for first-year head coach Jessica Yonkers, 1-5. They're 0-4 against the Crossroads League. And now the Golden Eagles with the ball in the far corner. Now back to the right wing now. DeGainer comes up high and a ball deflected out here into the corner. Shot rims off the iron by DeGainer. And that'll be who? That'll be BC basketball.
I thought maybe DuBois got a hand on that, but
the Pilots at one point in time trailed 11-3.
They've out-rebounded Cornerstone 5-2 here in the second half.
They also trailed, I believe, 25-18.
2-3 zone by Cornerstone.
There's a pass high now into the corner. Triple on the way off the iron, no good. And now back into the hands of a Gamble. Gamble for Cornerstone. Goes right side now here to Udell. Udell back over here to the left side now here to Gainer. Her shot goes off the iron. Pilots doing a much better job boxing out.
But Parker boxes out well. She missed Brickner there. She's got Heimlich on a skip pass.
There's the ball into the hands of DuBois. Looks. Now back to Cam Glenn on the far wing. Cam looking for help, goes to Brickner. Brickner will pop the triple off the iron. It ricochets into the corner where it's tracked down by who? Cornerstone will receive the ball. Now Maya Udell will push it up from right to left here in a tie ball game. Udell now in between the rings. Still on the hard right-hand dribble. Comes back up high now here to Goebel. Goebel, skip pass to the far side. Now here to Udell. She launches the triple. The first one of the night goes right there. 36-33. Golden Eagles at the 5:28 mark.
Yeah, Udell now with 9 points, and they are now 1 for 5 from three-point range.
Ball at the top now here. Du Bois goes right elbow. Good ball movement by Bethel on the perimeter, but nothing going inside. Baseline shot way off the mark. I mean, he got a piece of it, did Katrina Goebel. And now come the Golden Eagles.
Cornerstone comes out of the timeout in the zone, and the Pilots are 0-3 on their next 3 possessions.
With the ball here. On the dribble drive, kick out to the corner. Now here's Gamble. Skip pass to the far side, now to DeGainer into the low post.
Good
a block shot inside the low post by Heimlich. As Shelby Nybor, who's killed the Pilots here in the early stages. And now Nybor's going to the bench. That's a big break because she's been held off the score sheet here in the early stages.
It was her first shot attempt here in the second half. The Pilots made that adjustment that Kelsey talked about at halftime.
Oh, so the question I have, Coach, do you make that adjust? Do you take a timeout and make that adjustment? Pilots we have got 5 timeouts remaining. Here's the drive from the shot. Now got Heimlich with the rebound. 3-on-2 developing.
Got numbers.
Heimlich on the drive. Bounce pass here to Brickner. Missed it. Heimlich will go back up. She's hammered. And that was the first time this afternoon, in my opinion, that the Pilots wanted it more than the Golden Eagles.
Heimlich's a competitor. You can tell that. She's a feisty young lady. She doesn't mind going down on the low post and banging against Nybor. And so that was a good lead on the break. She made a nice bounce pass to Brickner. Didn't give up on the play. Stayed with it and got herself to the foul line.
You know, we were talking with Ashley Ort, former Bethel standout, who's now the certified athletic trainer here. And Heimlich plays likewise with Moritas, plays very similar to the way Ashley did when she was playing for Coach Jody here years ago. And glad to see her back on the campus. And what an impact that she'll have on them through sports, through their sports programming here.
Yeah, just having somebody like that around the program who's been there, done that.
Here's a pass inside to the low post to Richards. Back out to the left side now here in a Moderman shot. Ricochets and once again the Pilots got beat on a box out.
But see, I thought that time Moritas actually boxed out. I just think they missed an over the back call. She was down there. She just got pushed around. But I thought all 3. I was really impressed with the way that Kiana Allen was boxing out on that play.
4:25 to go in the third. Golden Eagles a 1-point advantage, and Udell, who is 2 for 5 starting today at the charity stripe, will launch the free throw and knock it down, making it 37-35. One more opportunity for her. Number 24, who went to Forest Hill Central High School, Ada, Michigan. Second free throw is good. And now it's 38-35, 4:23 to go. Du Bois, now into the ball game for the Bethel Pilots is Kiana Allen. Here's a play inside to Williams, and she scores. 38-37 as Williams scores at the 4:09 mark.
Nice post-entry pass by Maggie Du Bois, and Williams did a good job of showing her numbers, getting her arms up, making herself available as a receiver.
Here's Crosby with the basketball, giving way now here to Moderman inside of the low post, and that's going to be a traveling call on Allison Richards. Allison's sister Taylor is out with an injury. She averages 12 points and 4 rebounds. Allison at 3 points and 2 rebounds per game.
Yeah, nice pump fake, but then she stepped through with the non-pivot foot.
Michelle Moritas over the timeline now, goes to the far side now to Allen. Skip pass back here and into the corner Williams. Over here Heimlich, back to Moritas. Shelley with the triples, an air ball, but right into the hands Maggie Du Bois, and she lays it up and in. And for the first time tonight, the Pilots lead at 39-38 at the 3:32 mark.
And I think Michelle will tell you, Paul, that was an assist. That was not an air ball. She knew what she was doing.
There is a drive and multiple substitutions forthcoming for the Golden Eagles. They're going to come with a complete line change here at the 3:27 mark.
Heimlich with the foul, her second.
And to the line, Udell. Udell with the spin, sizes it up. 3 dribbles, eyes, flies, and twinkles the twine. We're tied 39-all. 3:27 to go here in the third.
Udell now with 12 points, Nybor with 17. No pilots in double figures. Heimlich with 8 and Brickner with 9.
Nybor back on the floor. Also Gamble returns.
You got 6 rebounds for Heimlich, 4 rebounds for DuBois.
Second free throw no good, 1 of 2. And now here come the pilots. Heimlich with the ball. Around the back dribble. Skip pass to Allen on the far side. Back to Moritas, back here to Heimlich. Heimlich looking for help. Back to Allen. Allen looking now to the far side, now to Moritas. Moritas now to Heimlich at the elbow. Back out to the top. DuBois shot way off the mark.
Man,
that'll be Cornerstone basketball.
This is a tough offensive lineup to go against a 2-3 zone because you don't have Brickner or Glenn out there. Glenn with the ability to slash, Brickner with the ability to shoot over.
Here's the ball into the hands of Gamble. She flares to the left side. Now back up high here to DeGainer. DeGainer on the step out. Heimlich is there to take away the drive. On the right wing, triple perfect for Maya Udell. And it's now a 42-39 ball game at the 2:44 mark.
That's bad defense by Allen there. Udell's already knocked down a triple. You can't give her that much space and go underneath the screen.
Allen at the top, 3-point shot off the rim, ball deflected out and ricochets into the hands of Rogan Gamble. And Gamble's now over the timeline now on the right sideline. Goes in the corner to DeGainer. Skip pass over here near side to Udell. Now pass inside to the low post now to Goebel. And then the Golden Eagles throw it away. And back in for Bethel now will be Tegan Parker and Cam Glenn. Heimlich checking out of the game.
14 turnovers now for the Golden Eagles.
I think that when Heimlich, when she gets in the weight room, she is going to be a really solid performer when it's all said and done.
Yeah, people, you can't underestimate what an off season with the college basketball team does for you. There's Parker for 3.
Her shot on the way, ricochets off the iron. Ball into the hands of Cam Glenn. If she was hammered, no call. How is that not an over in the back?
Yeah,
it's
well,
behind me.
We've only had 7 total fouls called today. And so the officials have certainly let them play.
The ball in the hands of Goebel spins. Back out here, that's a travel, no call. Running one-hander, that was a foul on the Pilots. And back into the corner now.
Guess
Johnson's Nybor scores. 44-39. Golden Eagles have moved their advantage to 5.
And
Moritas.
Williams did a good job face guarding. There was no backside help there on Nybor.
Ball on the far side, into the corner. Now Moritas back to the free throw line. Here's Allen on the right wing. Back here to Cam Glenn. I tell you what.
Being blocked out by Gingrich and the official.
And Cam Glenn inside, fouled, no call again. And then finally, the Golden Eagles come out of the fray with 67 seconds to go. DeGainer on the walk now into the forecourt with a right-hand dribble. Now comes to the left side with the left-hand dribble. Gives up the ball, comes out high in here to Nybor. And back out here, DeGainer drives, scoops, scores. 46-39, a 7-point lead and a 7-0 run by the visitors from Michigan.
And that's just wanting it right there. She just turned the corner and said, I'm going to go to the basket, and you're either going to stop me or I'm scoring.
Here's Williams now inside to Glenn. Cam will shoot the 14-footer and knock it down. 46-41, 27 seconds to go.
Cam now with 7 points, using the glass on that one.
Ball on the far side now. Brogan Gamble comes over on the near side with 17 seconds to go. Now in between the rings, they go up high with Shelly Nybor trying to set a screen. And she dribbles to the right side, shovels it inside to Nybor, and she's there for the easy layup. Tell you what, just totally you knew it was coming, and they still did it anyways.
She's only a sophomore, Paul. She's impressive, man.
48-41, 3 quarters are in the books here from Bethel College. We'll be back with more college basketball here from the Gates Gymnasium. Our game being presented in part by the Gates Automotive Group. We'll be back right after this.
They say growth is a journey and not a destination. At Teachers Credit Union, we agree. Helping our communities grow has been our mission ever since we began our journey in 1931. And supporting our members' growth has helped us to become Indiana's largest credit union. And we're just getting started. Whatever you want to grow, Teachers Credit Union is ready to help. Visit a branch or tcunet.com today. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA, and we are an equal housing opportunity.
Paul Condry, Coach Mark Gardner. Quick reminder, we'll be with you live in living color. Beef O'Brady's, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, Thursday nights for the Coaches Box on 91.1 FM The Globe and globeradio.org. We're going to be saying goodbye to our good friend Bill Beck, Hall of Fame sports writer who's moving to Texas, and we're going to bring some of the band back together. He's been a big part of our time. Our coverage today being presented by the Gates Automotive Group, www.gatesautomotive.com. We're going now over here to Coach Mark Gardner, who's given us some dynamics on the stat sheet. Coach?
At the end of 3, Golden Eagles 20 of 40 from the floor, 50%. The Pilots 17 of 50, 34%. Bethel 3 of 20 from downtown, 15%. The visitors are 2 of 7, 28%. Bethel 4 of 5 from the line. Cornerstone 6 of 7. 29 to 23 rebounding advantage in favor of Cornerstone.
Goebel goes into the right corner, not a gamble. Once again, Cornerstone dark blue jerseys with the white numbers trimmed in gold. Ball here in the near corner. It's Udell. Skip pass to the far side, not a gamble. Shot way off the mark. Ricochets into the hands of Brickner. Now she gives way to Cam Glenn. Cam just got hit upside the back of the head and no call. Here's Moritas, deep right corner. Back out here to the elbow. Heimlich back to Cam. Cam now here to Moritas. Shot blocked by Nybor. Moritas got it back and then back to Cam. Cam, triple, no good. A rebound. Moritas hustling after it. And now into the hands of Maya Udell and the Golden Eagles. Here's Gamble. 3-point shot, no good. A rebound. There's an over the back. Nybor with a shot, no good. Really, Coach?
I'm not sure the gentleman in the blonde hair over there has blown his whistle the entire day, Paul. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, it should not decide the outcome of the basketball game, and it has right now. Here's the ball. Heimlich into the hands of Brickner. Brickner now inside here to Heimlich. Heimlich back out to the top now. Tegan Parker, 3, good. The Pilots needed that basket like the Hoosiers need a win today against Maryland. 48-44, 8:36 to go.
Good ball movement, and Nybor clogging up the middle. Oh, there's about 3 or 4 steps. There we go.
And a timeout, Cornerstone. Jessica Yonkers wants to talk about it. We'll talk about it as well, too. Glad you can join us here. If you look up at the TCU scoreboard, it's Bethel trailing Cornerstone 48-44. Coach Gardner's got a scoreboard update with some college football.
Number 9 West Virginia 24-3 over TCU early in the second half. Let's find that Indiana score here. Number 12 UCF 28-10. 5:38 to go in the third over Navy. Nebraska 38-21 over Illinois. Penn State 16-10 over Wisconsin. Indiana 21-15. 11:31 to go in the third over Maryland. And the Buckeyes holding on to a 7-3 lead with 12 minutes to go in the third quarter at Michigan State.
Florida State in town here to take on the Fighting Irish. Everybody made a big deal because it's snowing here today, and at Florida State probably has never, so many these guys have never seen.
More importantly, Notre Dame's wearing green. I've never seen a uniform win a ball game, but it seems like a big deal right now that they're wearing green today, so we'll see how that plays out.
Good luck with that.
But welcome back home, though. The 1988, I'm not a Notre Dame fan, but that 1988 team was a talented team. They're celebrating today. Tim Ruddy, former Miami Dolphin, back in town with his wife Kim, a local product.
With a basketball, Cam Glenn at the top. Now drives down the left side of the lane, looking. Cam back out here to top to Heimlich. Heimlich back to the far wing. Parker shot bricks off the iron, rebound. Heimlich goes right inside, muscled out.
Nybor uses her knee so well to move people off the block. There's
3-point shot, good, DeBoy. And just like that, the Pilots cut the gap to 1 at 48-47 with 7:47 to go in regulation.
Triples by DeBoy and Parker.
Here's the ball in the hands of Nybor.
Cam.
Back out here to the top now here to DeGainer. On the dribble drive, Udell. Skip pass back over here to Gamble. Inside to Nybor. Nybor back here to the left side. Jump shot off the iron, no good. A rebound. Ricochets into the hands. And then a foul called.
John's called about 85% of the calls today, thankfully.
One thing about it, Coach, and you say this every game, it has been consistent.
Yeah.
Nobody has called anything.
No,
so you just got to deal with it.
Yeah, it's not been officiating in favor of Bethel or Cornerstone.
No
just you have one official calling the game, and the other 2 are here because you have to have a 3-man crew today.
And back into the far corner now. Du Bois moving well off the ball, going to Brickner in the corner. 3-point shot off the air. Du Bois the rebound. And a jump ball. And the near side official for the first time today who's blown his whistle.
I was going to say, apparently we now know the answer. There is a P inside his whistle. It works.
Should we invite him to the after dinner treat over here?
His whistle works. He got the call.
Thanks for joining us. Here is Cam Glenn with a jump shot. Skims off the front of the eye. Nybor was there for the defensive rebound. Here come the Golden Eagles. A 1-point lead at the 7-minute mark. Now ball into the hands of Gamble. Gamble went to Portage Central High School in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Right elbow. Here's Goebel. Skip pass here to the near side. Gamble. Back out top now to Udell. Ball reversal back here left wing with 8 on the shot clock. Coming around a moving screen. Back out to the top now to DeGainer. DeGainer looking. Back out here now. Udell with the off-balance triple. No good. A rebound. Ricochet balls on the floor. We have a jump ball. And how about the hustle play by Heimlich getting down the floor for the loose ball?
I like her.
I do too.
She's got some Ashley Ord in her right there. Yeah. Her and Maritis can play on my team any day of the week.
And now to trigger the inbounds, and once again only a freshman as they go up high now here to DeBoer.
Can't leave her open.
Excuse me. Jump shot on the right side, no good on the shot, and here come the Pilots. Here's Heimlich on the drive inside, and she is going to earn a pair of free throws at the line.
Finally, contact there by Nybor. That's a good call by the official. Heimlich will head back to the line where she's 2 of 2 today. She's got 8 points, looking to become the first Pilot in double figures.
At the 6-11 mark, the Pilots hoping to able to advance their cause here. They've held Cornerstone off the score sheet.
Can't do it. But you look at that scoreboard up there, Paul. 21 for Nybor, 15 for Udell. Then you go to the other side, 8, 7, 6, 8, 9. It's a very balanced attack for the Pilots. There's only really 2 offensive threats on the other side of the floor.
Once again, an opportunity for Macy Heimlich, who started today's action 4 for 4 at the line. She was able to tie up the ball game at 48-48. And Eric Gingrich wants to take a timeout.
It's interesting. Cornerstone only has 1 timeout left here with 6:11 to go in a tie ball game.
And your thoughts as we head on the home stretch. So talk about this timeout with Coach Gingrich, Coach.
Well, I think he knows that they escaped that last possession. They gave Udell a wide open look, and so you want to just remind your players that we're doubling down on the inside on Nybor, and we don't want to give up an easy look to Udell. Everybody else is kind of sagging off their players, so just making sure that they're focused, because I really feel like they dodged a bullet there with that wide open look. Offensively, keep attacking. They're doing a better job of inside out against this 2-3 zone. They're knocking down some threes, and so the first half they were 3 of 13 from 3-point range. Here in the second half they've hit a couple, so see what happens.
Cornerstone in the third quarter did not score its first field goal until the 5:28 mark.
Right.
Here we are now in the fourth stanza. They have yet to score here, so the Pilots have done a much better job.
Well, and remember, the Pilots scored those first, they got tied up 33-33 with 6:04 to go, and then it was slow going when Cornerstone decided to go back to his own.
Yep, changed the whole dynamic of the game.
15 points over the last 10 minutes.
Right. Basketball comes up high now here and into the hands of Crosby. Crosby, 15 on the shot clock. Eric Gingrich trying to get his team motivated defensively. With Nybor out of the ballgame, it's a great opportunity. Shot clock winding down. That's a travel, but they'll score the basket anyways for Goebel. 50-48. Cornerstone, 5:38 to go in regulation.
Good move by Goebel. She pivoted right, went left. I thought she dragged that foot before she shot. Got some extra ground covered. It's a good look for Brickner from the corner.
3 on the way, good. Pilots lead 51-50 on the Brickner triple at the 5:24 mark.
Good inside-out basketball, wing to elbow to corner, just like you want to draw it up against a 2-3 zone.
Ball at the top now here. Crosby goes right side now to Gamble. Gamble comes over here on the near side wing now to Udell. Udell waiting for a cutter, comes up high now here to Moderman. Moderman on the dribble, 9 on the shot clock. Lobs it into the low post and
don't gamble.
A whistle.
Yeah, Coach Gingrich's going to walk out of the gym. He's so mad. Yep, he's pulling Brickner right now. You got your opponent's down to 5 on the shot clock, and you gamble and bail him out with a foul. Just play defense. Got to know what the game situation is. Nybor on the bench, and this is where Coach Yonkers could have saved some of those early timeouts to give her a rest late in the game. You have your best player sitting with 4 minutes to go.
And
Easy two.
Yep, just like that, an easy goal there, 52-51.
Moderman with 4 points now.
Yep, 4:52 to go. Boy, Eric Gingrich is just laying into Brickner. And here's a pass out here to the right side, deservedly so. Here's Parker here on the right wing now.
Quick little butt chewing and then send it right back in.
Yeah.
Go out and compete.
They
You
need
gotta
her
have
on
them
the floor.
Absolutely you do. But you got to get that message across.
Heimlich goes right side to Moritas, now up high to Heimlich. Right corner, 14-footer off the rim. Now Williams grabs the rebound, powers back up and scores to give the Pilots back a 53-52 lead with 4:21 to go. Sydney Williams, I believe that's her second field goal of the night.
Yeah, that's a big bucket for Sydney there. Good offensive rebound and a much-needed basket for the Pilots.
Gamble with the ball, comes over here on the left side now here to Moderman. Moderman on the dribble to the point. He is in on the handoff here to Udell and an offensive foul call as lowering the shoulder was Maya Udell, and Bethel with a 1-point advantage. And now they'll have some multiple substitutions. Williams coming out of the contest now. And also coming out of the contest now will be Tegan Parker. And back on the floor, well, let's give you a reset for Bethel. It'll be Cam Glenn along with Brickner. Also on the floor will be Michelle Moritas. Also on the hardwoods will be Macy Heimlich. And finally, it's Maggie DuBois. Moritas on the right wing comes back out high to Brickner. Brickner back to up high now here. Heimlich into the corner. Here's a nice little pass. Heimlich down the left side of the lane scores. 55-52. Pilots has their largest lead of the ballgame with 3 minutes and 48 seconds to go, and a timeout called by Eric Gingrich and the Pilots here.
So last couple possessions, we've seen textbook offensive sets against 2-3 zone. You went wing to elbow, kick out to the corner for three. That time you went wing to the short corner. When the middle person has to go out and guard the short corner, you dive from the elbow for a little bounce pass. Those are just basic offensive plays. That's what I was talking about in the first half. There was all this movement and cutting, which is good in a man-to-man.
Sure.
But against a zone, you don't need to waste all that energy. Yeah. You just need to react to the soft spots.
Yeah, when I was coaching, I'm plain and simple. I had an offense for against the zone, and I had an offense when I was taking on a man-to-man. And I just say go. My thing was zone offense. Yeah. So, and we worked on it that way. Yeah, you can't run what you do man-to-man against a zone. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, you've got to take advantage of, if you can get to the short corner, the middle person has to get out, and that's where you dive down the lane. That's where you get that basket cut. But, kudos to the Pilots for making some adjustments. They're playing well here in the second half. This is a game we thought they should have won from the get-go, but Cornerstone has played well. They don't look like a 1-5 team today. They've played well, and Bethel's working hard. And so, at the end, it's going to be unfortunate somebody's going home a loser because of the fact that both teams are fighting for this one.
Shelby Nybor's back on the ballgame. Now here's Allison Richards. Jump pass over here to Gamble. She's
good steal.
Steal by Heimlich. Heimlich back the other way going coast to coast. Missed the shot. Rebound deflected by Moritas. Heimlich got it back, and then now she's fouled on the perimeter. And nice of our young official here to join us here.
Well, the Pilots benefited from everybody's following their whistles because Moritas or Heimlich, one of them went over the back on the missed layup to begin with. Good hands by Heimlich on the steal.
And Heimlich to inbound right in front of our vantage point.
Remember,
here.
2 shots now at the 5th foul, so Bethel's shooting 2, the final 3:33. Bethel actually has 2 fouls to give before their opponent will be shooting if need be.
Brickner at the top, goes left side now to Cam Glenn. Cam been pretty quiet today. Flaring out high is Moritas. Michelle goes right side now to Brickner.
Man-to-man defense
Brickner
for some
goes
reason by
inside
Cornerstone.
now here too. Cam with a drive, shot, she's hammered. That'll send Cam to the line. And she was pounded by Maya Udell. And with 3:16 to go, Cam Glenn will go to the charity stripe.
Paul, I'm baffled by the coaching decision. Biggest point in the game, and you go away from your best defense to go man-to-man, and Cam's eyes light up, and she says, okay, I'm going right to the rack.
She's the most athletic player on the floor, and she is able to convert the free throw to give Bethel its largest lead at 56-52. Eric Gingrich has 3 timeouts remaining. Jessica Yonkers has 2 stoppages of play. The alternating possession arrow favors the Pilots as the free throw is good. Bethel up 5 now, 57-52.
Yeah, and strangely, Cornerstone had 1 timeout about 6 minutes ago, so they gained an extra one during a
dead ball. How did they do that? Here's a turnover on the Pilots.
Turnover number 18.
And they throw it away.
And slow it down. Freshman mistake there. Ball's precious right now. You're up by 5.
Udell gives way now here to Dick Gaynor. Dick Gaynor looking for help. Comes around a screen, back over. Dick Gaynor still on the dribble. Ball into the corner now to Gamble.
Now they go up high now to Nybor. Oh, wide open here on the left side is Udell. Shot no good. Rebound. Bodies all over the floor as Nybor hit the deck. Also hitting the deck was Maggie DuBois. And with 2:40 to go in regulation, Bethel up 5. To inbound the ball to the right of the lane will be Maya Udell. Hyman with a big grin on her face. I don't know what that was all about.
She wanted the over-the-back call as Nybor just took people out on her way to that rebound.
With the ball over here. One thing I will say about this Cornerstone team, here's the
Good
ball stripped
hands.
away by Heimlich. Now here's Cam Glenn. Cam,
There's
here's
a good decision.
Now here's the difference between Cam Glenn earlier in her career to now.
And Udell's going to pick up her 4th foul. She's not careful. So, yeah, Cam would have gone straight to the basket early in her career. She pulled that out and took good care of it.
Brickner at the top now, and a whistle away from the ball. I did not see it, Coach. I was on the ball. Going to call it on Nybor. Shelby Nybor picking up the foul. Only her 3rd, but that will send the youngster, Maggie DuBois, to the charity stripe.
That's what drives coaches nuts, though. They've not called an off-the-ball foul the entire game. And
now they call one.
Yeah, Nybor has been using her knee and bumping people out of the lane and doing a great job of using her body. And now she gets called for it after they let her play for 38 minutes.
First free throw good. One more on the way. And that one rattles in and out. A 6-point lead, and nobody hit the glass for Bethel. That ball hit the rebound hit the floor.
Yeah, it's like the rebound drill in practice, but there were no pilots around to go after it.
DeGaynor goes up high now to Goebel. Goebel flares it out into the corner now. Udell, triple, hard off the iron, no good. Rebound tapped up. Oh, what a play by Shelby Nybor. 58-54 on the tap-in at the 2-minute mark.
And Brickner was in front of her. She just wasn't boxing her out. So that's a good no call by the officials. She grabbed the rebound over Brickner, but it was not over the back in my opinion.
Glenn with the ball, foul line extended left. Now goes to Heimlich on the cut. Heimlich with a drive. Kick back to Brickner. Kelsey 3 off the rim, no good. Nybor the rebound.
I don't have a problem with that shot. That's a good decision by Heimlich rather than forcing a reverse layup against that's contested.
DeGaynor with the ball, kills it over here into the corner to Gamble. Back over here to DeGaynor, around a screen. DeGaynor still on the look, goes right side, now to Udell. Buck 24 to go, 13 on the shot clock. Here's a foul called. You've got to be kidding me. It was the correct call, Coach.
But
there's no question about it, but where's it been all the game?
Yeah, John had to call that from over here because nobody on the 2 officials on the ball side not going to call it, and that makes it look bad.
Yeah.
Pilots still have another foul to give.
Here's a shot on the baseline, no good from Nybor. Ball ricochets into the hands of Udell.
DuBois got to get around front. There you go.
Back over here now, Udell on the drive. And what's the call there? Call blocking foul. All of a sudden the whistles have come out here in the last 2 minutes. So at 1:11 to go, going to the line will be Udell. Udell started today's action, Coach, at 2 for 5 at the line.
Well, and they called that foul on Maggie DuBois. That's her 3rd. I thought it was Cam that was defending the ball, but
deep knee bend. The free throw on the way is a brick. She'll have one more.
3 of 5 from Lenta. She had a nice game. 15 points, 3 rebounds, couple assists.
She'll have this one here. Let's see if she can whittle this to a 1-possession game.
Nybor with 3 shot attempts in the second half.
The right-handed shot here goes in and out, and
good
rebound.
box out.
The Pilots. Here's Heimlich pushing the ball up the near sideline. And what was the call there? Timeout, Bethel College. 1 minute and 7 seconds remain in regulation here. The Golden Eagles in search of win number 2. The Pilots in search of win number 4. Someone's going to grab one of those here today. I remind you that we have game number 2 coming your way shortly between Madonna and the Bethel men.
They came from every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines, a tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
Paul Condry, Coach Mark Gardner, glad you could be with us this afternoon from Mike Lightfoot Court. Special thanks to our wonderful team up high for doing all the details. Tiny Condry up there. Gotta love it when you get a chance to hang out with her on any given day. Best part of my day, make no mistake about that.
Got a feeling she's watching some Ohio State football up there.
Yeah, we're going to hard to keep her off the thing. Also, Ben Wilt up there taking all the great camera work. He's a member of the Bethel College National Championship track team. He's running the camera today for us here today. Great to have him with us, and did outstanding work yesterday. And great to have the All-Star back.
Pick it up, Cam.
And ball on the floor, jump ball. Cam matched up here with Gamble.
I didn't like that timeout by Eric. I should have said it, and I didn't. But you had the ball, you were going. You give the opponent a chance to set something up, and sometimes you see teams come out and they can't inbound the ball. And there you saw Cornerstone come out with a run and jump, and they almost forced the turnover.
Heimlich goes in the backcourt now to Cam. Cam right back over here to Heimlich, and she's bodied up on the right sideline, flares across the lane. Now here in the hands of Cam
10
Glenn.
on the shot clock.
Back over here now.
If you're
on
Cornerstone, you don't want to foul.
Back now to Brickner, and did he call a timeout? Eric Gingrich called a 30-second timeout with 45.7 seconds remaining.
5 on the shot clock only, though.
Yes.
And one timeout left?
One timeout remaining for Coach Gingrich, 2 timeouts for Jessica Yonkers. The alternating possession arrow is in favor of the Cornerstone Golden Eagles. So that gives you your game reset here with 45.6 seconds remaining in regulation. So number one thing, there's 5 seconds on the shot clock. That should be the number one emphasis here.
Well, and Cornerstone showed their hand here the last 2 possessions before the timeout and out of the last timeout. They're denying face guard run all over, so you've got to have something. I have somebody start at the opposite elbow or block. You flash to the elbow, get a quick ball fake, and go for a backdoor lob. They're overplaying, so you should be able to get something going to the basket.
Heimlich to inbound the ball to my right. Comes back out high here now to Cam. Cam on the drive. Little give and go. Cam shot on the way. No good.
Nope.
And with 41.2 seconds to go, the Bethel turnover gives the ball back to the Golden Eagles.
It's a good call by the official. She was just late on that, and John Hirschberger was all over it.
Katrina Goebel to inbound the ball. DeGainer. Looks like going to be the intended receiver. I like this move, bringing Michelle Moritas.
But you can't foul. Don't get too aggressive here and send them to the foul line. Make them earn it.
Indiana has scored again against Maryland. Ball over here now. DeGainer.
Oh
my.
That's not a moving screen.
Here's a three-point shot on the right side. No good. Ball deflected around. And how about the moving screen?
No, I don't think it was a moving screen. Brickner did not call out that screen for her teammate, and Du Bois was the recipient of it. But
what did Eric Gingrich talk about during the pregame interview? Our team does not communicate very well.
Yeah.
And that's the perfect example right there of you. It looks like she just got the wind knocked out of her.
She got hammered, but that screen was set. I did not think it was a dirty play at all. It was poor communication by the Pilots and leaving a teammate out to dry.
And now to shoot the free throw will be Cam Glenn. And Cam was able to convert the free toss, giving Bethel a 59-54 advantage with 30.2 seconds to go. One more for the Ann Arbor product. Second one is good, giving Bethel a 60-54 lead. Now quickly pushing it up is Katrina Goebel. Pass stolen by Michelle Moritas. Now Cam Glenn with the ball now. Cam putting on the brakes, bounce past to Moritas, and what was the call there? A foul.
Yep.
And that'll send Cam back to the line. Whistle blown again, Sterling DeGainer. And with 18.9 seconds to go, the Pilots with some points here on this exchange will pick up their 4th win of the year and be thankful above all things that they got away here with a win.
I'm telling you that they need to thank some coaching decisions to our left, because Cornerstone let the Pilots back in this game coming out man-to-man defense to start the second half.
Cam with the first free throw. Second one is on the way and good, making it 62-54. And now up the left sideline now. Here is DeGainer with a triple way off the arm. Cam Glenn the rebound. Cam gives it now here to Heimlich. Heimlich across the timeline now into the forecourt. And shovels it over here to the right side now to Parker. And the Lady Pilots will earn their 4th win of the season with a 62-54 win over the Cornerstone Golden Eagles. Eric Gingrich's squad improves to 4-1 in the non-conference portion of the season. The Golden Eagles will drop to 1-6 and now 0-5 against the Crossroads League.
It's a tough way to start the season, but you got to look in the mirror.
We'll be back with more right after this.
It took me a long time to be able to say Chandler has cancer, because that is such a scary word. When St. Jude finds something that works well with a certain cancer, they share that with everybody. And knowing that we don't have to pay for all of the medical expenses, that's huge. We just have to worry about helping Chandler, and he's just my heart.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Michelle Moritas leading the group over there in the post-game prayer. The pilots will come here to center court. We'll get a thought here from Eric Gingrich as soon as he comes out of the huddle. But, Coach, I think we were both in agreement that the pilots, I know the terminology comes a lot that you stole one here today in the sports. And I certainly think that was one that we could qualify here today. Let's get some thoughts from the victorious head coach of the Bethel Lady Pilots, Eric Gingrich. Eric, first of all, I'll tell you what, hard-fought come-from-behind win. We'll get a thought here from Cam Glenn here momentarily as well. But tell you what, this is one that if you should feel very, very fortunate to be in this position, because you guys really, really battled, and I know that's something that you've been asking for.
Yeah, and credit to our ladies. They battled through in the first half. I just wanted them to play through it, and they got to figure out how to talk through tough situations. We prepped a little bit for 2-3, but they haven't been playing a ton, and so I think that surprised our girls a little bit. And so, hey, we had to figure it out. You got to figure out how to move the ball, and you can probably tell we haven't really worked on it much. But I'm not going to sit around calling timeouts all day. We need them at the end, and that was good. And
certainly
it was good for them, I think, to grow together and figure out who's going to lead us, who's going to talk through this, who's going to get on some people that need to be on. Be talked to, and we did that. So we grew today, and I'm happy with that.
My favorite part of the day was when you pulled Kelsey Brickner off for making a bonehead play. You brought her over here. She was not happy that she came out. You chewed on her backside there for a minute, and next thing you know, you sent her right back in. That was one of those teachable moments. As a coach, you just have to lay the law down and say, this is what we expect from you.
Yeah, I mean, Brick's a great shooter. She's a great offensive player. We need her to become a really good defender, and she needs to care as much about that end as the offensive end. She's getting there. She's growing, but we're trying to teach her some too. I think fundamentally, if she can just change a few things here and there, fundamentally and positionally, it'll help her tremendously on the defensive end. And so that's more what that was about. I'm just saying, hey, you need to be here instead of underneath the rim, and you'll be fine. Get back in and get it done.
Yeah, and that possession, I think you guys defended for 24 seconds, and then she bailed them out, jump over the top. I thought she had two textbook 2-3 zone looks late in the game. You went wing to elbow to corner for the 3, and then the next time you went wing to corner to the short corner, and you got Heimlich on the baseline. So you haven't worked on it a lot. You better start working on some more, because you guys struggled. I thought when you called that first time out to start the second half, you guys came back to tie it up, because for some reason they came out in man-to-man defense, and my comment was, as you were high-fiving your players, you should have walked down and high-fived her for switching up her defense, but you guys took advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, it was great to get us, I think, in a rhythm. I looked at our assistants and said, man, thank goodness. now we're in rhythm. Everybody's touched the ball in the first possession, and it feels like everybody's in the rhythm now, and now we're going to go, and we'll be all right. So we felt good after that.
Let's get some thought. Thanks, Eric. Let's get some thoughts now from Cam Glenn. Cam, first of all, Coach talked about you haven't had a lot of looks against the zone. What was your mindset? Because you're the veteran out there.
Yep. We just had some girls step up, shoot some threes. Macy stepped up today. Tegan came in, started today for us, and hit some clutch shots for us. So it was just a matter of people stepping up, because they were on the shooters. Kelsey couldn't get a shot off. So
there was one moment in the game that I thought was perfectly is how you have grown up. It was late in the game, 30, 40 seconds to go. You got the ball over the timeline now. Cam Glenn, as a sophomore or as a junior, would have taken the ball to the basket. You curled back out. You knew what was going on the clock. You understood that the ball possession was far more important than taking a chance to go to the basket.
Right. I just knew we couldn't turn it over. It was a close game, and we just had to take care of the ball at the end of the game. That's what.
Second half they switched. First half it was 2-3 zone the whole half. Second half they switched a little bit. It's almost like you see your eyes light up when they went man to man, like you kind of recognize Okay, now I'm going to go to the basket. Again, talk about, as a player, recognizing when to drive, when not to drive, based upon what defense they're showing you.
Well, I just see openings, I take them. If I can't get to the basket, I try to get my teammates open. So when they switched to man, we felt comfortable. We got some quick, easy shots, and we liked it, but they went back to zone. So
congratulations on the win, kiddo.
Thank you.
Once again, Cam Glenn, always happy to beat one of those Michigan teams that they played here today. Let's give you our final stats, and then we're going to transition to men's game.
All right, final stats here. Visitors are 23 of 52, 44% from the floor, 2 of 14, 14% from behind the line, 6 of 9, 67% from the free throw line, 39 rebounds, 11 on the offensive end. They had 11 assists to 20 turnovers. Individually, Goebel had 6.6 turnovers. Nybor, 23 points, 9 rebounds. Gamble did not score, but she grabbed 4 rebounds. Udell, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. DeGainer, 2 points, 2 rebounds. Johnson had a rebound. Moderman, 4 points, 3 rebounds. And Crosby added 3 rebounds to go along with 4 points. For the home team, 22 of 64, 34%. 6 of 29, only 21% behind the line. 12 of 15, 80% from the foul line. They had 33 rebounds, 13 on the offensive end. They had 12 assists, 10 turnovers. Individually, Brickner, 5 of 16, 12 points, 2 rebounds. Heimlich, 4 of 11, 11 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 steals. Glenn, 3 of 9 from the floor, 13 points, 3 rebounds. DuBois, 3 of 7 from the floor, 8 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Parker, 2 of 8 from the floor, 5 points, 4 rebounds. Schwartz knocked down an only triple, grabbed a rebound. Moritas, 3 points, no rebounds, but 2 steals. Mon, 3 points. And Sidney Williams, 4 points and 2 rebounds to go along with 2 assists.
Once again, Cornerstone led 13-11 at the end of 1. Cornerstone at the end of 2 had a 33-27 lead at the end of 3. Cornerstone had a 48-41 advantage, but at the final, the Pilots come roaring back in the final stanza to record a 62-54 win. For the Bethel College Lady Pilots, their next game will be at Aquinas. Check that. That is incorrect, Coach. That is not their next game. But the Golden Eagles will be at Rochester on Wednesday, the 14th. So there you have the final in this one. And we'll be glad to be back with you for women's basketball. I think our next game here will be on the 13th against Indiana University Northwest. We'll be here at the Gage Gymnasium. That's going to do it. Once again, Bethel wins at 62-54 for Coach Mark Gardner. I'm Paul Country. Men's game coming your way next, right after this. Once again, thanks again to our team here, courtside for Bethel College women's basketball. For all of us at Regional Radio Sports, happy number 243 to the United States Marine Corps. Happy birthday, guys. We'll be back with you coming up later this afternoon with men's basketball. For all of us at Regional Radio Sports, Semper Fidelis. Good night, everyone.